used to think my pinky is too small. Today I will show you why it doesn't matter and how you could easily play the right notes with your pinky. And at the end I will show you the most common mistake I see all my students make and how to solve it. Okay, so first let's see the right hand placement for the pinky. And first, what most people do wrong. So here a student of mine, Sylvie, and you can see the problem very accurately here. She moves the whole arm and hand to play the fourth finger. She's doing that. Dun, 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 dun. To play the four fingers, she moves everything. In the opposite, what we really want to do is to move only each finger, but never move this or that, or I don't know what, okay? Only the finger. And now I will show you how to do that. And by the way, that's really important, because if you move the whole time every finger, it's really hard to find the right note, to play it in time and play the right note systematically. Okay, and then it's even harder when you go further away. Okay, so first step is to bring your hand a little bit closer to the fingerboard. That means instead of playing like that, like most people, what you will see when you look, for example, at a video from the best violinists in the world is that their hand and their finger are really next to the string. So to do that, it's really easy. You just need basically to do this movement with the complete hand, so that your fingers naturally are near to the fingerboard. If it feels a little bit tense or difficult, maybe you need to hold the violin a little more on the left side. You will see then it's more easy. And something you can do too, that's to adjust your arm with the elbow, okay? But the goal is that it should stay like this, not like that, not like that. And then you want next to put all your finger on the strings. Okay, so just put your forefinger on the D string, like that. And next you will lift all four finger like 1 centimeter or 1 inch, yeah, if you speak in inch, above the string. Let me show you that in the other direction. I start from here, then I put it here. And then when playing, you really want to stay like that the whole time. That means I move only the finger, but my hand, my arm, everything stay like that. So if you look at it a little bit closer, yeah, you will see that basically we want really to move only the finger from the articulation, always, okay? Instead of trying to play the pinky finger by moving the complete round, turning it or moving the arm, we want really to be able to play it just by moving the forefinger, and the same for every finger. By the way, maybe you heard someone say the opposite of what I'm saying. I totally get it, because when I learned the violin I was so confused because everyone will say me something different, yeah? And that's the reason why later on I start really studying like more than 800 books to find out what is the easiest and most effective way to learn the violin. So I'm sure it will work for you. So the next point is that your hand should always be positioned so that it's easy for you to play the fourth finger. The most common mistake that most people, they start from the first finger, then second, third, and then the fourth finger, and it's too far away. On top of that, if your forefinger is like this, so stretched, you will not be able to have a vibrato with it later on, and you will not be able to make some shifting. I mean, you could, but it will not sound good. So you want to do the opposite. You want to start placing the fourth finger on the string, so that it is not stretched like that, but a little bit rounded. Okay, so not like that will not be good too, but a little bit, okay, not completely stretched. And then you want to put the outer finger on the strings. And doing that, you will pull the finger a little bit on the direction of the first finger, okay? What is important is not how long your finger are, that's really this here. You need really to open the hand, place your forefinger, like so that it's round like me, and then the outer fingers. Because it's really easy to pull the first finger on the down side, and in opposite it's really hard to play the fourth finger like that. Then next, something very important is to always let the outer finger on the string. A big problem is that when you try to play the fourth finger and then you lift the outer finger at the same time, it's very difficult to play. That's the reason, basically, when you will have here a different combination, for example, you can see with the fourth finger, like if I make E to A, I want to let my first finger on the string. I don't want to do that. Okay, that's a big mistake, it's very difficult. Let the first finger on the string. And if you have the right position, it will work. Then here, naturally, your finger will touch another string. A mistake I see sometimes that people try to touch only one single string with the finger. And that's really hard to do, and then the position is not good. What you want to do instead is just touch the string on the right side. It's not a problem, it's totally okay. Okay? That means that, let's say I play on the D string, it's okay if my fourth finger touch the A string. I'm not playing it. It's okay, we don't care, it's okay. And it's better than to do something strange like that. Oh, and it's a lot of stuff today, yeah? So it could feel a little bit overwhelming, I get it, but you don't need to do it all at once. Then we want really to articulate the fourth finger. That means when I'm playing, I want really to make... So what most people do is this. And because of that, we have the whole time. So what you want to do instead is this. Okay, what I'm doing right now is just that I move the finger with a lot of speed on the string and then up, down, up. What I don't want to do is to press the string too much. Okay, I just want to articulate the finger. On the last tip here, before we go to the exercise, that's to play with the bow near to the bridge. When you play the fourth finger, what happens is that the string becomes a little bit shorter. And if you play it like here, it will not sound good. So you need to play it a little bit near to the bridge. Okay, naturally you need to test it, yeah, to find the exact contact point that sounds the best. But generally, when you play the first finger, if it was here, let's say, then your fourth finger will be a little bit near to the bridge. Okay? Okay, now I will show you the best exercise to master the small fingers. And there is only a few you need that we will see now, but the same exercise I give all my students. Oh, and by the way, before we go to the exercise, yeah, if you want me to continue doing more video and sharing more stuff, just click on subscribe. So the first exercise you need to do are simple 2 notes exercise. And first, yeah, focus on only one string, like the D string. And you will see that actually there is not a lot of different combination with the fourth finger. Actually, there is only 4. There is the 3 to the fourth finger, like that, or second to fourth, first finger to fourth finger, or 0 to 4. So now, to make progress, you of course need to practice them the right way. That means that first, so let's do this exercise. For example, G and A. First, you want to be sure that you have the right position, like we said before. Then, next, you want to calibrate the note. That means be sure that you are playing the right notes. For the G, for example, you could test it with the D string, with the G, okay, and with the A, just with the A. But you should really be sure that it's the right notes. Then you will start automating the movement. For this, we'll play the same 2 notes a few times in half note, quarter note, and eighth notes, like that. Then quarter note, eighth note. Okay, with good articulation, everything very clear, and moving only the fourth finger. Then you repeat with the outer finger combination. I play 1 time, so 2 to 4, 1 to 4, and 0 to 4. This one is particularly difficult, and you will need to articulate the finger a lot so that it's on well. Then the next step is to add more notes to each combination. So that could be 3 or 4 note combination. This is a very important combination that you should practice. 2, 4, 3, 4. And the right way to practice it is to put the third finger at the same time on the string. And by the way, for the previous exercise, you really need to let the finger on the string. It's really important. Try it. Then next, what you want to do, because what we just did is that we practice only the D string and only one finger pattern, this one. So next, we want to practice all 4 strings and all finger pattern. That means this one, this one, this one, and this one. For this, what I do with my students, basically, the exercise I wrote for them, is first on the A string, you will see it here, we have the first and second finger together. Oh, and H. So it's B in German, because my students speak German, but actually I'm French, so that's the reason. So we have first and second finger together, like that, and the exercise are exactly the same for the 4th finger. That means, for example, here you have 1 to 4, 0 to 4, the same, but with different finger combination. So in this case, that will be especially the 2 to 4 that will be difficult because the second finger will be in a low position. So you really need to open the hand. Then on the G string, basically we practice the 3rd finger pattern, like you can see here. And on the A string, we practice the 4th one here. And this one is particularly difficult because the 1st finger is on a low position. And here I will show you why most people can't play that the right way. It's because they put the hand very low to the F and then stretch the 4th finger. And they play like that. That's wrong. Actually, you should let the hand on the 1st position so that you can play the 4th finger really freely. And by the way, when you find the position, you can really put the whole arm, the complete warm hand, a little bit higher on the violin. Okay? You don't need to be here because we don't want to play like that. Okay? So you can put a little bit higher. And until you see that your 4th finger is round. Okay? And then you stretch the finger on the downside, like we saw before, and especially in this case, the 1st finger like that. Okay? That's only the 1st finger that stretch, not the 4th finger. And now we have both. And it's a little bit difficult for the 1st finger, but not for the 4th finger, because the 1st finger is strong anyway. Then let's go to the most difficult problem with the 4th finger, string crossing. So let's say you do something like a scale, okay, something like that. What will happen is that you will play 1st finger and maybe 4th finger then on the next string. And that's really difficult to do for every beginner because they don't do it the right way and don't have the right exercise. So let me show you the only 2 exercises you need, and then I will show you the one thing you really need to correct to make it work. Oh, and first let me play you the string crossing. So that's here. Okay, that's what I mean. So the first exercise, this here, and here what we do, that's really interesting, that we do 1, 0, 1, 4th, So I developed this exercise because basically one of the biggest problems is that during this string change, people have difficulty playing the right note, it's always like too low, too high, okay? So here we always play first the open string so that we can compare it with the 4th finger. And then we practice every single string crossing possible with the 4th finger. First with the 1st finger on low position. Then we have 1, 0, 1, 4th, but with the 1 a little bit higher on the normal position. 1 with the 2nd finger low, 2nd finger high, 3rd finger low, 3rd finger high, and so every single combination. So now let me practice with you this one first. So when you practice it, there is something really important. I show you first. here I want to let the first finger on the string, okay? So the same actually as when we stay on the string, but here there is a crossing. Because the problem with most people is that they play this here like that. They put the forefinger on the string and at the same time they lift the previous finger. And that makes it really tricky to find the right notes. Okay, so you really want to let the previous one on the string. It will be like your pillar, your, I don't know, anchor point. Okay, so that you know, here I'm here, you can then orientate yourself. Okay, and here what you want to add is really that it sounds the same, of course. So next, the second exercise is a little bit different, but really interesting. So I developed this one because what I wanted to show, and not only show that people really understand, my students, that actually when you do this string crossing, the interval between the first and the fourth finger is actually the same as when you stay on the same string. So here, for example, if you have B and A, that's a fourth interval. If you are doing B to A, that's exactly the same interval. That's just that we are not on the same string. But actually, the interval between 1 and 4 in the hand is the same. Okay? And when you see that, most people think, oh, it's so difficult. But when they see that, they say, oh, this, I can do it. Okay? And then you just need to do it on the next string. Now let me show you. And here, you really want to focus here too on letting the first finger on the string the whole time, yeah, and really feeling that the interval is actually exactly the same. But then you will run in one problem, okay? That's one of the more common problems, is that probably you will do that. But you will play the fourth finger and it will be like really far and your fourth finger will be stretched. So on the same string, finger is good, like rounded, but then you try to play on the next string and it's stretched. And because of that, it's very difficult to reach the right note. So how to solve this problem? So when you have a string crossing, you need to change your elbow position before the string crossing. Okay, first you need to understand something very important that a lot of people don't do, is that basically you need to adjust your elbow on every string. Like here I'm on the G string, here on the D string, on the A string, E string. Okay? But I really want to adjust. Between those strings. So, and that's the reason actually why we can keep the exact same position of the hand on the fingers on every string is because we adjust it with the elbow. Now, when you have like here a string crossing, what you need to do is this. And then when I'm playing my first finger, in this case, so before the crossing, I will move my elbow to the next string, the string where I am going. So I move it to the D string position, and then, oh, it's easy to play it, because now I am in the right position. In opposite, if I stay on the A string position, it's difficult, I'm stretched, okay? So very important, before the string crossing, change the elbow position. So I hope it helped, enjoy!